Good evening.
Good evening.
Good to see you. Everyone looks healthy. I don't know if you all look wealthy, but look fine to me. We have been going through the Kings, so obviously you want to turn to 2 Chronicles. We haven't finished the Kings, but remember that the Kings and the Chronicles are tied together. The Chronicles written after Babylonian captivity and have a little different focus and function than the first Kings, or the first and second Kings. So just like any history book, what you do is you take a little time, you move forward, and then you go back and take a little time and go forward, so that way you can eventually have everything come about the right time. And we have a case now where we have gone to look at, we have already, last time we met, seen that the southern captivity, northern kingdom has gone into captivity. That is 722 BC. That's a good date to remember. 722 BC is when Assyria came. Now we are backing up and going to about 790 when King Uzziah reigns. His name is, in the Kings, he's called as Azariah, and in the Chronicles he's called King Uzziah. Isaiah writes about him, mentions him a couple times. In fact, that's mentioned in our text, but it would seem that Isaiah has other records that was not preserved as part of his prophecy. If I were to tell you a little bit about me, and you could do the same kind of thing, but I'll give you an example. So I was raised, spent some time up on the farm, so somewhat familiar with farming. I played trombone in school, like most kids. I played soccer in the YMCA. I did oil painting for a number of years. I ran sprints, track. I ran cross country, which sounds really weird, but that's what I did. Ran sprints for one and cross country, which is 3 miles for the other. Played on the Faith Baptist Bible College soccer team. The first year I watched them play from the bench side, and then the second, I did get in a little bit. But graduated, of course, from high school, got a Bachelor of Arts, one of only 2 that graduated with some Greek. Got my Master's of Divinity, so that was seminary. Pastor of a small church in Michigan. There we started a youth group. Pastor of a small church in Omaha now, also Sunday school teacher, Awana leader, team leader, the tech guy, program director for Whispering Cedars Baptist Camp Junior High Camp, the best week of camp, secretary for the NARBC, as well as run their website. Until this last year, was also on the camp board. Pastor total for 19 years. Married 21 years, and she didn't kill me off, so that's good. Threatened to, but continuing to raise boys and 1 girl. Cook decently edible meals from scratch, mostly. Generally a handyman, including some woodcraft. Can be successfully creative and artistic. Homeschool administrator and teacher. My peers believe I'm an organized person. Means I'm really good at fooling people. Halfway athletic, especially when it comes to running. I am a pretty patient person, and I seem to be an all-around nice guy. At least that's what I try to make other people think. So, got the whole list, and I hope that you think I am some magnificent guy.
Now tell us the good news.
Now, the good news is you have your own lists of accomplishments. Things you've done and accomplished in school, things you've done from work, promotions, better jobs, your whole life, your life experience, the things that you've done in your life, just as, maybe it was you puttering around and being successful at, I was talking to somebody this morning, was roofing. And, everything that you have in your life, raising kids, not killing the kids, whatever it might be that you have accomplished. And a lot of things that might seem simple, but maybe aren't quite as simple as you think. For example, I had to pick up cooking, and so I will look at a recipe, and it says, well, this is how you make it. So I make it, and it comes out okay. And then I figure out that after you do it a few times, that you get even better at it. I don't know how or why, but you just do. You figure it out. It seems like you do the same thing, but I think you get better at it. In life, you got all kinds of experiences, and let's be honest, you have something to be proud of. If you think about it, you've got things to be proud of in your life. It could be academics, it could be life experience, it could be athleticism, it could be just the way your hair looks, or doesn't look. Whatever it might be, you have abilities, you have things to be proud of. What's the point of all this? Well, the point is, we are looking at somebody tonight in 1 Chronicles chapter 26 who had much to be proud of and was indeed proud. We need to understand that there is a good sense of pride, a sense of satisfaction or joy. You see Paul have this when he talks to the Thessalonians. He says, you are our glory and joy. So it's a matter of, you make us proud. You can be proud of your kids for what they've done, proud of your husband, proud of your wife, proud to be working at the place you work. There is an amount of, if we call it a mild, maybe pride that a person can have, a confidence, an appreciation for those kinds of things. But there certainly are wrong pride. And every single one of us has this pride. In fact, if you do any study on hamartiology, which you say, I've never studied hamartiology. You have studied it your whole life. Hamartiology is the study of sin. When you study and think through, if we were to come down to the root of sin, a lot of scholars say it comes down to pride. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. It's a selfishness, it's pride. And that wrong kind of pride will get us into trouble every time. And we need to watch out for it. Here's a great example of it for us to look at. So, take your Bibles there, 2 Chronicles 26. Father, as we look at your